I know everyone's going to comment about it, so I just want to give a quick shout out to Wolf Girl Geek for giving us these Pupper Murph shirts. Look at how freaking cute and awesome they are. Thank you so much, Wolfie, for this. We really appreciate it. We love the shirts to death. We will be making Pupper's merch shirts available at some point. It won't be these because these were made for us by a follower. But nonetheless, at some point I will make some Pupper's Murph shirts and merch out there, but not quite yet. But nonetheless, I love this one so much. Thank you so much.
3, 2, 1, go.
What's up, everybody? My name is Nick Murphy. I'm one half of the Brothers Murph, and this is Metagame Minute. Metagame Minute is a weekly segment where Mike or I talk about anything we want to talk about in the gaming world. And today I want to talk about, I was going to say being a sore loser, but that's not really what happened to me recently. I've been kind of like airing out some stuff on this. Last time I was talking about like king making and a bad situation. This one's kind of talking about a time where I very recently, where I, at least inside my own head, got really bummed out that I lost a game. If you don't know much about the way I play games, I don't win games very often. I would say I win 80% of the games. No, I'm sorry. I lose 80% of the games, rather. Minimum. I would say I probably lose closer to 90%. I don't win very often, honestly. I lose very often, and I don't mind losing at all. I'm not a competitive person. I just don't care if I win or lose. I'm there for the gameplay. But there are certain situations where I get really bummed out that I lose. And I don't get mad. I don't turn into a sore loser. I just get kind of bummed out in my own head. And it's like, I allowed myself to dream. And like, why did I allow myself to dream? And that's kind of where it comes from. And so I kind of want to talk about the only time I really get like bummed out or upset when I lose. I don't really care that much. But sometimes, man, it just sucks. And those situations are when I'm not expecting to win and I then think I'm going to win and I get surprised that I'm like, oh my gosh, I think I might actually win this. And then I start getting excited and then I lose anyway. That's when I get upset, when I lose games. I win very seldomly. And so, as I mentioned, I don't care about losing games. And so I'm used to losing. And so I just kind of go into every single game kind of expecting to lose. And if I win, it's always like, oh, cool, I won. That's awesome. Like, it's never anything more than that. It's always kind of like, oh, that was awesome. Cool, I won. That's great. But there are certain situations where I really don't expect to win, like really don't expect to win. And that could be either because I'm playing a game I'm not particularly good at, or I never, ever win at that game, or I'm playing with games with people who are significantly smarter than I am. And that is usually the case more often than not. And that's why I lose so much. Not that Mike is definitely smarter than me, and I'm not just being self-deprecating. I mean that seriously. Mike wins more often than I do when it's just head-to-head. I'd probably say it's 60-40. It's not horrendously so, but Mike definitely wins more than I do. When we play games with Karen destroys us all the time. But a lot of our game group is with people who are just, like, again, not just trying to be self-deprecating, but like legitimately are way smarter than me. And I don't mind that at all. But they just, I always lose when I'm playing with anyone other than like Mike, and I sometimes win against Mike. And so I don't care about losing. It doesn't bother me. But if I'm playing a game that I'm not good at or that I never win at, and I get to a point where I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm actually playing this game well. I think I'm in the lead. I actually might win this. Then I kind of start getting excited.
Very exciting time.
You know, because I never win that game. And so like, I'm just like, oh my gosh. And this happened very recently. Last week we were playing Terraforming Mars, and I never win Terraforming Mars. Like we've had this game now for at least 2 years, I think. I probably have not won a game of Terraforming Mars in like a year and a half. I won a couple games when we first started playing it. Mike is really good at Terraforming Mars though. And so like, I haven't won a game of Terraforming Mars since we first got it, basically. And so like, I just always lose at Terraforming Mars. Always. No matter how well I play, I always lose. And so I'm just used to losing. And we were playing Terraforming Mars the other night, and I was also just like, I'm playing really well. Like, I got a head start on a couple different things. I'm playing really well. And I thought I was going to win. And I allowed myself to dream, and I allowed myself to get excited. And Mike won, and I was really bummed out. Like, And again, I wasn't mad. I wasn't like mad at Mike or anything like that. I was just inside my own head. I was like, oh, I never win this game. And I thought I was gonna win, and I just like was so bummed that I lost. And again, usually I don't care, but it's just like those few times where I'm like, oh my gosh, I might win. And that same thing happens when I'm playing with people who are much, much smarter than I am, which again is almost always. But like every once in a while, I'm just like, oh, like the only time I have a chance of beating any of these people is if it's the first time we play that game. If it's the first time we play that game, I'm pretty on equal footing. But then like after that and we all start learning the game more, and again, it's just the reality. People are better than me at games, and I just get stomped every single time. And I'm okay with that, but like every once in a while, I'm just like, man. And this happened, I was playing a game with two of our friends who always beat me every single time. We were playing a big, heavy game, and I was crushing. I was doing great. I was grokking the game. I was understanding it, and I was like, okay, I get it. I get what's going on. Okay, cool. I'm doing this, crushing. I was having a great time. Was playing really well, and I was just like, and about like halfway through the game, I was like, I think I'm winning right now. Like, I think I'm playing this game really well. I'm doing good. And I kept doing well. And I allowed myself to get excited. Because one dude that we were playing with particularly, I don't think I've ever beat him in a game, ever. And I was like, oh my gosh, I'm going to beat him in a game. And I just was excited because it's never happened to me before. And I allowed myself to get pumped. And then we got into the end game scoring. And I still was like, I think I did it. I never do this. I think I did it. And I lost, and that guy won, and he always wins. I was just like, no! And I was legitimately bummed out. And it didn't like mar that game or soil that game for me at all, or playing with that person, but I was just for a moment, I was like, oh, I thought I was gonna do it. And I didn't. And so that's the only time I really get like bummed when I lose a game, or the only time, like, at least in my own head, I can kind of turn into a sore loser. I don't do it very often. Again, it only is ever in my own head. But oh man, sometimes I just allow myself to dream, and it never goes well. And so, does this relate to anyone else? Does anyone else have this kind of issue where you lose often, or you just don't care about losing? It doesn't really ever bother you, but every once in a while there's that situation where you just get excited that you might win, and then you lose anyway, and it sucks. But so put it down in the comments below if this kind of hits a chord with anybody, because I'm sure I'm not the only person out there who kind of has this situation. But let me know down in the comments below, or let me know if this doesn't resonate with you, but other times where you can sometimes get a little upset, even if it's just in your own head when you lose. Let me know down in the comments below, because I think this is kind of a good thing to talk about. It's like if you're being a sore loser inside your own head, like, acknowledge that. Like, it happens. We're all human. So put that down in the comments below. And while you're there, make sure to give this video a thumbs up, hit that share button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. We are the Brothers Murph. My name is Nick Murphy. I'm the one with the hair. Boom! Nailed it. And until next time, whether or not you just never ever get butthurt, or you're a horrible sore loser, don't be that. Don't be that guy. Everyone hates that guy. Until next, what? The more meta, the more better. I messed up that ending. The more meta, the more better. Thank you for watching that video. Just wanted to let you know that we are sponsored by Restoration Games. They make wonderful, wonderful games, and everything we filmed is filmed on top of Game Toppers. Game Toppers is a great way to upgrade your gaming experience. So go to Restoration Games or Game Toppers LLC to find out more. And all that's really, really cool. But you know what's even cooler? This. That's right. Show you one more again. Bam. Isn't that cool? Bam. It's cool. But that's the right hand. Let's check out the left. Boom.
Quack, 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 quack.
That's right, the left is only ducks.
Quack, quack.
I gotta learn other spells for my left hand.
Quack, quack.
Ducks, damn it.